All right, Kirk Collimore here. We're finishing up week 5 of the 2021 General Legislative Session. Only about 2 weeks to go. Bills are starting to really come in fast and furious now. I've had 4 bills released this week. One of them has to do with consumer privacy data laws, and in fact, Utah does not have a consumer data privacy law. And a lot of other states are starting to develop these types of laws. There's a good argument that maybe it should just be a federal issue, but the feds have yet to take it up. And so we're working through a lot of the consumer rights positions, we're working through a lot of business positions, and making sure that we get a good balanced bill to fill up this space in Utah law. I've got another bill that came out this week that provides grants to businesses that are most affected or most devastated by the COVID shutdowns. And GoEd will administer this grant fund if it gets passed, and they will, by rule, set up different windows where the businesses who have been most effective can apply first, and those who did not get other relief or other help through PPP or other federal grant programs, that they will be first entitled to this grant program relief. As part of that, also I ran a request for appropriation for arts, as arts and live events are some of the most devastated businesses through this pandemic. And so between that request for appropriation and this grant program, we're hoping to take care of a lot of those businesses through state help in this way. We've got a permitting bill, which will kind of provide a framework for cities when you request a permit from a city, not related to development or construction, but other permits, for business licenses or lemonade stands or for parades or anything like that. This would give the cities a framework that they have to comply within certain time frames and get you responses if they deny, provide an appeal process and stuff like that. So we're going to be working with the league. They're not big fans of this bill yet, but we'll see if we can get them there. The final bill has to do with English as the only language in Utah. Several years ago, this was a big issue where we wanted to establish English as the only language within the state. Well, this bill will still recognize that English is the language of the state, but that law years ago also prevented state agencies from promulgating other stuff in other languages, and that's really become an evident problem in COVID, because a lot of the programs that are trying to help minority populations and other populations that have been disproportionately affected by this, they can't get that stuff out in languages that would benefit them or that would help them understand and take advantage of these programs. And so this bill will allow the state to interact with populations that speak languages other than English in their own native tongue. Finally, Executive Appropriations is now compiling and taking a look at all the sub-appropriation requests. The next 2 weeks will be filled with lobbying and arguing and fighting over what ultimately gets funded. We'll get revenue projections maybe today, definitely by Monday. And so I just want to say a final thing about the emails. This time of the session I'm getting, I don't even know how many hundreds of emails a day, and so I am doing my best to filter through those and definitely respond to all the constituents. But sometimes we don't get to it right away within the first hour or two, but I am working on getting responses to all constituent emails, and I appreciate all the input.